We have one presentation today before we move on to our agenda, and that is a presentation by Stephen Smith, who's going to give an update for the Dupree Schoolhouse. Stephen, if you'll come up and tap that. And I know we have these folders, packets that you gave us.
Yes.
The floor is yours. Just tap that button and yep, there you
The
go.
red's on. Thank you, Chairman, and it's good to be here with our county commissioners today as well. I'll be very brief. First of all, we want to say that a lot has changed since my visit. Feedback.
Yeah.
Back a little
Yeah,
bit.
there we go.
Okay. Since my visit a year ago when we came, historic Dupree School was in shambles. But we're happy to say that with our 5-phase plan, we have just finished phase 1. And phase 1 included complete renovation of all of the exterior wood, all of the rotted wood, all the decay, all the vandalism that had happened on the outside. The roof has been added. Then also it has been painted 2 coats of some of the fine protective primer, and then 2 coats of good quality Sherwin-Williams paint. We've also restored the damage that was in the windows, the historic windows. So if you've had a chance to, as we say, go by America's Crossroads, which is the corner where Coot Adams and Antioch Church Road intersects, where that old schoolhouse has stood for over 130 years, you'll see that it has made remarkable progress. So phase 1 is now complete. Also a part of phase 1 was beginning to research, interview, and select an architect, which will take us through the remaining phases. And we're happy to report today that Joseph Donifro has taken on that role for us. Those of you who are at our leadership luncheon were able to see a presentation, but I've also brought a hard copy, which you'll see in the second half of this booklet. On the first half of the booklet, you'll see the before and after photos from every angle of the exterior of the building. The good news we want to report today that due to your fine investment in this community center, the city of Ashford's investment, WRC&D's investment, and then the sweat equity of a huge number of volunteers, phase 1 is paid in full. In fact, I want to say that is our plan to pay as we go. We have had opportunities for philanthropists to come forward and say, hey, I'll give you a nice loan and pay me back as you can, but really our people don't want that on our backs. We want to make sure that this project is paid in full, and it's something that the county and the Wiregrass will be proud of. Let me also mention too that those of you who have heard us talk, our goal is not just to preserve this great American landmark. Our goal is also to bring viability and sustainability to this community center. So we have folks like Judge Davenport, who is helping us lay out a plan for civic involvement for this community center. Dr. Jessica, who has the Modern Health Clinic in Cottonwood, is working on a health plan for the community. Brad Kimbrough is also working very closely. He is also on our advisory board on developing our role in the Wiregrass. So there is a strategy for viability and sustainability as we go forward. We want this to last for the ages and be something where the Wiregrass can come together, and that is our scope. In fact, July 4th, we'll have our second Fourth Fest. Last year, we ended up with a little over 1,000 people, and many of you have heard me say, I find it very interesting that the building is not even open to the public yet, and yet folks are coming to the crossroads, as we say. Let me also say, before we move forward this morning, that I did have an opportunity to talk to our contact at the U.S. Department of Interior this morning. And she informs me that the state's nomination has been received. And within 42 days, we will have a vote, the final vote, on whether Historic Dupree School will be added as a National Historic Treasure. And by all indication, I understand that's going to happen. I'm just a positive person, you know. So anyway, I did want to just share that little bit of information with you, that in about 42 days, we'll have the answer. And Chairman, with your permission, we do have a presentation we'd like to make this morning.
All right.
First of all, this plaque that I have is not just an ordinary plaque. It does read, "In appreciation to the Houston County Commission, Chairman Brandon Shoup, Commissioners Curtis Harvey, Tracy Adams, Ricky Herring, and James Ivey for their leadership and support in protecting our past and building our future. Historic Dupree School, Ashford, Alabama, June 20th, 2024. And at the bottom, that's what makes this plaque a little bit different. We hope, Chairman, you'll find a place to hang it.
I'm sure we will.
This presentation is mounted on the Landmarks original 1904 wood.
Wow.
And sir, with your permission, we'd like to present.
Yeah. Well, let me
this-
walk down and we'll.
Okay, I will. And I'd also like to recognize a gentleman who has a lot of legacy that's related with the school, Mr. Jimmy Womack, who did the work on this wood. And I'd like at this time for all of our folks that are associated with Historic Dupree School to stand at this time. Not all could be here today. Mr. Winston Shelley, who passed, his funeral is going on at the same time today. Of course, people had jobs as well. But we're also giving each of the commissioners your own plaque today. So
Nice.
if you don't mind, Chairman, may we
Yeah,
approach the,
let's all come down and we'll take a big group photo.
oh, that's great. Jim, you'll come forward, please. We'll start with you, Chairman. I'm going to hand this one to you, and then I'll put this one at your place, but this one is specifically for you.
Okay. That's all, that's special.
Jimmy, there you are. Okay, thank you. And thank you, and this is for Commissioner Curtis Harvey. Thank you, sir. And this, of course, is for our Commissioner Tracy Adams. And this is for Commissioner James Ivey. And then we will leave Commissioner Herring's plaque for you to present this to him.
We'll make sure he gets,
Okay,
don't know he's missing out on that.
And if you don't mind, gentlemen, let's get a photo together.
Come on, you stand right here.
All right, and by the way, I know this is going to take a little time, but I don't think you've ever been applauded, but I think we owe our commission a great round of applause. Remember that at voting time as well. Let's get, can we get a closer, are you able to get us all in? Why don't we start over here with your person first? And then we'll get our person here.
Oh.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate your support. Thank you, Chairman. Commissioner, Commissioner Ivey, thank you, sir. I'm sorry.
I wasn't.
No, I'm so sorry, Commissioner Ivey. All right, thank you. And thank you, Commissioner Harvey. And if you don't mind, sir, we're going to ease out at this time.
Thank you.
All right, thank you again.
Stephen, I'm gonna say that Stephen, I want to say I appreciate your leadership, because, and the leadership of the group that you have put together, because, I mean, we're glad to support you, but this would not have happened without your group of people. So I salute you for, you and everybody for doing that. Thank you.
This is impressive every time.
What's that?
This is impressive every time. The most people we have in here is either beauty queens or do preschool.
Yeah, yeah.
And they bring their own beauty queens.
There you go.
And it only gets better from here.
That's
Thank
right.
you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, we're going to move to the proposed regular agenda. Item number 1 is request to award bid for merchant services to Government Portal Incorporated, lowest bidder meeting specs, Revenue Department. If y'all want to come up.
I like to speak.
No, sorry to
All
thrust you in
this
there.
is where we're switching over to Ingenuity, and this is the merchant services, which is the credit card and the portals to use for them.
Okay.
They won the bid. We had sent the bid out, and they had won the bid. It's Gov Portals, which is part, they really work with Ingenuity real well.
Gotcha, gotcha.
So, and that's what this is.
So in looking at the bid, Government Portal is, and I guess this is a charge to the customer is what the bid is based
That's
on.
correct.
They are at 3% with a minimum of $3.50, and the other one that bid is 2.5% with a minimum of 6%. To me, that would be lower. So why are
It
we?
was lower, but what happened is, we will save money overall. Peter and I talked about this.
Okay.
Peter, could you explain that a little bit better?
Well, I'll try, thank you. First of all, the summary page is not completely accurate.
Okay,
There are 2 different charges that Gov Portals will charge.
okay,
An over-the-counter charge that is card in hand versus a online without the CCV number.
gotcha.
So that's what that 3 and 350 is.
Okay,
So if someone were to come in like they normally do, it would be 250 for the same. But there's, with the current system, which is IMS, the system, there's a lot of interface between both the revenue department and the customer, as well as our IT, and the cycle time in which that information updates on our website can be several days. And so the customer doesn't know that that money has been applied to their account. And there's a lot of reconciliation that goes on behind the scenes.
I got you.
This will save us on that processing time
Okay, well,
and
good.
effort, and it'll free up our IT department to be able to work on other projects.
Gotcha. I know they'll greatly appreciate that. Okay, well, thank you for that. That's a good explanation. Thank you. Any questions about this item from the commission? All right, any objection to placing this item on the agenda for Monday?
No objection.
No objection.
Thank you.
Yep. Item number 2 is a request to authorize chairman to negotiate settlement of past due consumer use taxes owed and waive the associated penalties and interest. So Peter, I know you've been working on this a little bit. I'll let you explain that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This has to do with, as you gentlemen may be familiar with, the company called Nipro. They've been closed for quite a while. They were out on 84 West. This has to do with a tax period of April 2015 through March of 2018. They were finally able, this assessment was made initially in 2020. They were finally able to, through a lien process, this is our collection agency Avenue, through a lien process, we're able to locate the parent company of Nipro, who has agreed to pay the back taxes, but they requested that the failure to file fee and interest be waived. The total of that request is just under $7,200. Just to let you gentlemen know, the city of Dothan has already agreed to waive those fees, and we're just sort of mirroring what they have agreed to do.
What is the amount of taxes owed to you?
I'm sorry, thank you. It's just over 29,000.
Okay.
Now, just as a reminder, this money is distributed out to the school boards and the county.
Yeah.
So it's not all 29 to the general fund.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you, Peter. Any questions about this item?
Will this now free up the process of what they're doing out there now? I noticed that there's some development going on.
This is a lien personally against the ex-president of MAPRO. It's not against the property. So
Okay.
there's no like mechanics lien against the property that developed.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right, any objection to placing this item on the agenda for Monday?
No objection.
Item number 3 is a request to enter into an agreement with the state of Alabama for reimbursement of emergency repair expenditures for pipe replacement on Ashford Road damaged on March 8th, 2024, Road and Bridge. This is an amount of $347,808.60. Any questions on this item from the commission?
No.
Any objection to placing this item on the agenda for Monday?
No
No
objection.
objection.
Item number 4 is request to award bid for motor grader blades to lowest bidder meeting specs. Lowest bidder was Thompson Tractor. Total bid price $26,484.85. Any questions on this item?
I spoke with Tyler and Barkley this morning. If you add up the 250 in the amount there, it does not come up correct. That's supposed to be 350 blades, not 250 blades. So
Oh,
it's an
okay.
increase of 100 blades there.
Gotcha. That's a good catch.
Price is right.
Yeah, all the other is right. It was just amount.
Okay, okay. Good catch. Any other questions or comments? Any objection to placing this item on the agenda for Monday?
No objection.
Let's see, that was 4. Item number 5 is a request to award bid for tire retread and or repair to lowest bidder meeting specs. This is a joint bid with the city of Dothan. I know Barkley and I talked about this a little bit this morning. Do you want to bring everybody up to date on what we discussed?
We can, the actual low one is only like $1 a tire cheaper. They're more for like a over the highway tire. Where we need more of an off-road, all-terrain type tire.
Construction.
But agree,
Yeah.
they won't really work for what we do. So, or not as well.
And the price differential is really almost inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. Any questions on this item?
No question.
Any objection to placing this item on the agenda?
No objection.
Item number 6 is a request to approve a replat of Lot 18 Phase 3 and Lot 21 Phase 4 of Chase Ridge subdivision. Any questions on this or any objection to placing this item on the agenda?
No objection.
Item number 7 is a request to enter into an agreement with the state of Alabama for reimbursement of storm debris removal. Now it's an amount of $28,619.97. Questions on this? Any objections to placing this item on the agenda?
No objection.
Okay. All right, there being no further business, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. We are adjourned. I'll see y'all on 1 o'clock. I'll see y'all at 1 o'clock. I'll see everybody else at